with Chopin, many of his works have a very Western European feel, French and Italian style. And this piece is a very typical example. It has a bright Italian quality. It doesn't have that particularly Slavic, that more melancholic West Slavic kind of melody. But let me play another one for you. When you hear this, you'll know it's very Polish in style. Let me play it for you. That's the Polish style. More of a Western European style. This is also a Western European style. This is another very Western European style. So, from his early works, including the first one, Italian, this too, it's completely that kind of Italian. The ornamentation, that aria-like. Right. There's a little bit of a Slavic feel to it, I'd say. This part here has a bit of a Slavic feel. But the one from before is absolutely... If you told me it was from Naples or a Venetian barcarolle, I'd believe you. It's that kind of feeling, bright and very beautiful. Also, when playing Chopin, I always say the left hand must be supportive. It's different from Beethoven. With Beethoven or Bach, the German-style bass, Mozart also has a bit of that, a bit of a supportive role. But with someone like Beethoven, that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes the left hand is even more important, right? And then later with the Russians, sometimes the middle voice has already taken over the treble. The middle voice might be more important. For example, Horowitz would play the middle voice of every piece as the main melody. He loved to do that, to create that unique, that special flavor. It's like making the midfielder in soccer the main striker. It's very interesting. All long-range shots, all power shots. Right. And then, but with Chopin, it's always about the singing quality. Absolutely. The singing quality is primary. There's no question about it. The left hand is secondary, the right hand is primary. It's not like Bach, where, for a moment the left hand becomes the main voice. It's not like that. With Chopin, it's absolutely, except for the revolutionary etude, where the left hand is technical, but the melody is still in the right hand. So Chopin was also the composer I loved most in my childhood. I loved Chopin. I'd say before I was 14, Chopin was my favorite composer. Later I discovered there were many other great composers besides Chopin. But when I was young, it was just Chopin. There are others. That's how much he loved Chopin, because he really is for Easterners. Chopin is particularly suitable for US Chinese to play. That includes Asians, right? Not just Chinese people. He is a Western composer whose music is more suitable for Asian audiences to play. Very successful as a driving force for the development of the piano. Chopin can be considered the absolute poet of the piano, without exception. Right. So I hope everyone will enjoy playing this piece. It can really bring out your true emotions, allowing you to express what you feel. Flick your right hand to the real legato. I should mention this again. Remember not to flick it all in. Sometimes it's the wrist that needs to be flicked outwards. Chopin, very important. Because he was an extremely lyrical composer. Sometimes you just have to go out, because going inwards leads to collection. Going out is to release. We don't have a bow. Do you know, like violinists, they have up and down bows. We are inside and outside. It's equivalent to the up and down bowing of a violin and cello, right? Therefore, when playing Chopin, you must add this outward movement. You will then play a very continuous, very poetic. Also, you can try to work harder on Chopin's long notes, because his long note is great. This is important. Chopin's long note is really important because you include the following. You just need to really play that long note. Your piece is already half successful. Because you can't reap what you sow. That's the problem. If your music, if it's all about collecting from beginning to end, this is called a defensive counterattack style of play, then this piece of music will be very difficult to string together. Can't put it on. So when playing romantic works like Chopin, first you need to learn to let go. Then collect it. This is also a trick. Because of this, put it there. It also evoked this poetic and picturesque feeling. I just feel like you, this mountain, this naturally creates a kind of beauty. So don't hide your true feelings. When it's time to open up, release. But you don't have to release with so much force. Chopin can't be played too harshly, right? Because then it's not Chopin anymore, right? Except for a few pieces like the Heroic Polonaise. Those they really do need to be a bit more fierce because they're related to revolution and war. But for the most part, even in the grandest moments, you maintain a certain volume. That's why I think someone like Arthur Rubinstein is considered one of the very best, most outstanding interpreters of Chopin's music. This is because whenever he plays, whether it is a particularly warm, rich sound or during a powerful, dramatic climax, he always gives you the feeling of an extremely warm color, never a very explosive one. His performances consistently convey a sense of warmth and depth that is truly unique, right? So that's something to pay attention to, right? You can release, but you can't play it like Liszt, where it feels like you're about to blow the lid off the piano. That would affect the style of Chopin.